The Titan Submersible had a major design flaw. The 21 feet Titan Submersible had a carbon fiber composite hull with titanium end caps, and was shaped like a tube, an approach that was more affordable and accommodated more passengers, at the price of around $250,000 a head. Cost-cutting and other questionable actions caused the Titan Submersible to implode. Stay tuned to find out everything that went wrong. The day before the doomed Titan Submersible vanished, a British businessman and explorer expressed his excitement about the upcoming mission to the Titanic. Hamish Harding took to social media, announcing that a good weather opportunity had opened up after a tough winter in Newfoundland. He mentioned that he would be joined by a couple of well-known explorers for the dive, scheduled to start early the following morning. In his last social media post, Harding shared a photo of the Oceangate submersible and another of himself signing a Titanic Expedition banner, showing his enthusiasm for the journey. Harding wrote on the previous Saturday that this dive was likely to be the only one to the Titanic in 2023 due to the severe winter conditions. The expedition set off from St. John's, Newfoundland, aboard the Polar Prince, their main ship. Unfortunately, the next day, the submersible suffered a catastrophic implosion, resulting in the loss of all 5 people on board. Rear Admiral John Mauger of the U.S. Coast Guard announced the tragic news 4 days later, ending a worldwide search and rescue operation that had captured everyone's attention. On Monday, June 19, before anyone knew about the disaster, it was believed that the crew of the Titan Submersible was still alive. They were thought to have 4 days of emergency air supply. This information was shared by Mauger with reporters. Search teams from the US and Canada scanned the ocean's surface and listened for sounds using special equipment. They even had help from commercial ships. They picked up banging sounds underwater in the North Atlantic Ocean while searching for the submarine. A Canadian aircraft with sonar detected the underwater noises. This led the search teams to focus their efforts on that area. However, they couldn't find anything despite their best efforts. The U.S. Navy analyzed the data to help in the search. On Tuesday afternoon, Captain Jamie Frederick estimated that the crew had about 40 hours of oxygen left. But they weren't sure if it was enough time to save them. They also couldn't confirm if the banging sounds heard later were from the missing submarine. The U.S. Navy reported that they found a sound consistent with an implosion in the same area where the submarine was diving when it lost communication. However, they couldn't be certain. The search continued as a rescue mission with the help of international teams. The Navy also looked at the sounds of banging and other noises detected during the search. They believed those sounds came from marine life or other ships. It's still unknown where and how deep the submarine was when it imploded. According to Eileen Maria Marty, an expert, a catastrophic implosion happens incredibly quickly, within a fraction of a millisecond. It's a painless way to go. Marty said that the crew wouldn't have even realized what was happening and wouldn't have suffered. Tom Detweiler, a friend of Nargeolet, shared a story about a similar implosion in an Israeli submarine in 1968. He recalled that the crew didn't even know what was happening. It was like a light switch being turned off, and they didn't suffer.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them. And I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time.
Besides Harding, the other passengers on board were Stockton Rush, the CEO and founder of Oceangate, Shahzada Dawood, a billionaire from Pakistan, and his son Suleman Dawood, and Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a renowned French diver and Titanic expert with extensive experience. These days following the submersible's tragic disappearance were filled with sadness and had a lasting impact on everyone involved in the tragic expedition.
Submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign?
The movie director and submersible maker James Cameron said he wished he had sounded the alarm earlier about the submersible Titan that imploded on an expedition to the Titanic wreckage, and that he found the whole design risky. "I thought it was a horrible idea. I wish I'd spoken up, but I assumed somebody was smarter than me," he said. The cause of the Titan's implosion has not been determined, but Cameron presumes critics were correct in warning that a carbon fiber and titanium hull would enable microscopic water ingress, leading to progressive failure over time.
So this is not your grandfather's submersible. We only have one button, that's it. It should be like an elevator. You know, it shouldn't take a lot of skill.
Stay tuned as we bring you the latest updates on this incredible story. On the next video we will check out a leaked conversation about the last moments inside the submersible. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our stories. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.